So here is Dounis's Daily Dozen, exercise 1, letters A, B, and C. So the way I like to practice these is with a few different concepts. One is a springiness in the hand and the fingers. So I don't do these exercises to build muscle. I try to build springiness and impulse into the hand. That I find works really well for me. And I've developed it over a couple decades of doing these exercises, so I think they'll help many others. So when you build the easy setting, try to build it and stop the notes with a really free thumb. Learn how to press the strings with these muscles. So instead of it being like this, it's a little bit more like that. So you learn how to get the notes down, whether it's the easy setting or the difficult setting. We'll talk about that in a sec. Learn how to do the easy setting with a really as free of a thumb as you can. Once you have that set, the next principle is to make sure that the shape of the finger remains the same when you lift it and drop it. And focus more on the up, not the down. So up, 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 up. And just let the finger fall. Don't worry too much about hammering down the fingers and trying to, make bullets out of your fingers. You'll build strength anyway in your playing, but this is more about impulse and springiness. So up, up, up. Keep the shape of the finger the same and just follow the instructions where you would do, one of the 6 or 7 letters within letter A. Okay? So free thumb, springy hand, up, 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 not so much down, down, down. But the most important part when you do Dounis Daily Dozen is the rest of your body, how you're using your whole self. So I like to really keep an Alexandrian, what I mean by that is an Alexander technique approach. So we always approach everything with the whole self in mind, not just I'm working on my fingers and I'm going to learn to build strength and not this kind of thing, but more focusing on being expanded in my consciousness and in my groundedness on the floor, making sure I move with ease and not with any kind of, sympathetic nervous system kind of efforting, hyper-focused effort kind of thing, but much more of a broader kind of parasympathetic rest and digest approach. So when you start any of these exercises, keep a sense of ease in your violin hold. Make sure your neck is soft, the top of your head is really releasing towards the ceiling naturally. Don't try to clamp down on the fiddle and hold it really secure and try to relax your shoulders and make sure everything's right. Just feel the floor and try to feel like you feel expanded and ease in your body. And if you don't feel any ease, try to look for it. Take a curious approach and look inward and ask, where else can I seem to be easing a little bit? And that can really help. By the way, that comes from the idea behind Primal Alexander technique with Mio Morales, who I highly recommend you look up just on your own pursuits. So now you're in difficult setting. That's a different situation. The difficult setting is really brilliant because it's going to make your arm go farthest that it's going to have to go all day. So by starting the practice this way and by learning how to do it comfortably, by the way, it helps to hold the violin when you're starting to learn how to do the difficult setting with ease rather than like this, because it can be pretty uncomfortable. So supporting the violin, keep the head and neck free, keep a sense of openness and expansiveness. Hold the violin here and build the difficult setting just a couple times. Just build it. And a little bit higher thumb can help. Or just, again, try to use those muscles behind the hand, even though it's a little harder in difficult setting than easy setting. So in difficult setting, it can help to feel this Simon Fisher concept of as the fingers go down, the thumb gives an upward counter pressure, not so much an inward counter pressure. So what that means is, if you're building difficult setting, hold the violin here and build it, and as you press the fingers down, let the thumb feel like it wants to come up, like this. That can help get more freedom and softness in the bicep and the forearm. But you're going to feel those muscles activate, and that's okay. You're setting your arm up for all the many complex motions it's going to do throughout the day, so it's helpful. Once you have it set, follow the same idea. Keep the fingers the same shape throughout, and just follow the instructions, and pick a different letter every day, do different finger combinations. Remember, up, 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 not down, 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 down. And just let the finger fall right out of the joint. You see, it just falls right out. Lift it, down, up, let it fall. Really very helpful to think of the left hand as non-effort and springiness and aliveness instead of effort and muscle and weight and kind of aggressiveness. So then letter C combines A and B in these little like scale patterns. But the brilliant thing is that you never play notes ascending in order. So you'll never play, you'll never do that. You'll always play 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it goes from first to 8th position. The most important thing I want my students to remember for this is to not feel this rigid desire to keep a perfect hand frame, because the exercise is going to accomplish that for you anyway. What I would suggest is that you keep the idea, and this comes from Donald Weilerstein, of the double note phenomenon in your mind. That means that every note you play, you hear it as a double note in your mind. So in other words, it would be like da-da, yada, 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 yada. What I'm doing is, in my mind, I hear the notes as doubles, and on the second impulse of that double, I release the hand completely. So I don't keep the hand in this rigid shape that I feel like is a good, correct hand frame. I let my hand release to this. And I call this the giving hand. So this comes from Kato Havas. It's the idea that our hand is this giving kind of posture, that it's not in this rigid kind of situation, that it's in a giving, tender kind of situation like this. And that after you play a note, release your hand to that position. For me, I don't really care too much if my fingers are bunching together a little bit for the purposes of this exercise. I just want my hand to release constantly. And the other operative thing to remember with this one, and this can lead to an amazing sense of geography around the fingerboard, is if you follow Dounis's instructions with the way you should shift. And the way he describes is counterintuitive, and it's different than how we're all taught. So rather than release the shift, he says, A, the guiding finger is what matters most, and to shift with great finger pressure or great force, I think he says. What that means is when you finish first position, press hard and release. Press on the guiding finger, release, and then continue. And by the way, I do them like 4 per bow. I don't do 12 per bow like written. And that's fine, because he even says in the rules, he says with technique, what matters most is evenness. So no matter whether you play 12, I've been playing 4 per bow in letter C for like 2 decades. So basically that's it. When you shift to the new position, let's give another example when I'm going from 3rd to 4th. Press, release. And when you release, really come out of the string so your hand feels very buoyant and alive and soft and springy. So press, release, continue, and so forth. Okay? So that is exercise 1, letters A, B, and C. And with my sort of modifications and what I add to them, the concepts I like to do for me, feel free to add your own concepts. Add in the ways you believe you should be playing, whatever that might be. They could be completely different ideas, or adopt mine and try what's worked for me, because what I've been doing over many years doing this, it's been helping me continue to build really a very comfortable sensation in the left hand. And when I do these every day, I really feel very much more confident with my hands no matter what I'm playing. So I will move on to exercise 2 soon, but I hope that clarifies and inspires you to practice these amazing exercises. Okay, see you next time.